What is up, YouTube? We are live on Monday Night Raw at Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm John, that's Mike. Take it away.
Hi, sorry we're a little bit late. I know it's 9 minutes in, but John was late. I don't know what he was doing, but
Helping Brie clean out her car.
great. At any rate, we're here. As John told you, we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They basically did the rundown for the show. Michael Cole took off his jacket to show in Indiana Pacers suit or uniform, whatever you want to call it. And then CM Punk came to the ring, and that's where we're at now. Before I go any further with this, let me just knock this out of the park right now and say goodnight to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan, and Amanda. Let's start this again. Call this 2-2. To my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan, and Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, I love you all so much. Good night, my angels. We will see each other tomorrow. Sleep well. And, Mackenzie didn't go, but Christy and Crystal and Megan, so glad that you're home safe, that you made it back. Noah, sorry I didn't get to see it today. Caitlin, I haven't seen you for a while. I don't know what's going on, but at any rate, good night, my angels. Nothing but love. Mwah. And we will see you tomorrow. With that, I don't have a lot of news, but I do have some news, and that is that as the trial of Sean P. Diddy Combs continues, there's people on this witness list I never expected. There has been testimony from former President Clinton, former President Obama, and current President Donald Trump. Also, Paris Jackson, the daughter of the late King of Pop, Michael Jackson, has also testified for the prosecution. Something interesting about this is that her testimony comes from notes that Michael supposedly left her, warning her about ever associating with or coming in contact with Sean P. Diddy Combs. Apparently, Michael had some sort of intuitive thing that I guess a lot of people did not, but he warned his daughter beforehand, and those notes were used as testimony in the trial. Now, if and when they're going to get to the defense, we don't know, but those are the people that have testified so far within the course of this trial, this prosecution. And because there's not cameras in the courtroom, I haven't really followed it the way I thought I would, but those are just a few of the highlights that I've been told. And this coming Saturday, as they're talking about now, is Raw, SmackDown, and NXT present Money in the Bank. But and that's okay. We will be coming to you with Money in the Bank because, again, AEW Collision will not be seen this Saturday, not because of the NBA. The basketball, I believe, is over, but this coming Saturday, TNT is going to have a special presentation of Avengers Endgame, which I believe starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central on TNT. So where I'm assuming that Collision returns a week from Saturday, but in the meantime, we'll have Money in the Bank. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune has moved to Tuesday, so starting this Wednesday, we will be coming to you again with Collision.
You mean Dynamite?
Or, Jesus Christ, did I just say that?
Yeah.
Collision's on Saturday. We will be coming to you with a special, with Dynamite, possibly, although doubtful, but right after Dynamite, you can click on over immediately to TNT for a special Wednesday edition of Collision. Whether we'll be with you for that is not known because, well, God knows I can't stay up as late as I used to. At any rate, we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Monday Night Raw. We are 15 minutes in. Thank you for being with us and enjoy the show.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
And it's me and you, brother. It's not personal, it's just business. The second name that is on top of that mountain may be a little bit personal. His name is John Cena.
Oh, and Amanda, we're very happy to know that you're home and that you're okay now. I just wanted to get that out there before it got too late.
I cut my teeth in this company, coming to places just like this, hearing everybody go absolutely banana for John Cena. And now the tables are turned, ladies and gentlemen. He's public enemy number one because he sold his soul to a bald fraud goof.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, there were 3 bananas.
And when I win Money in the Bank, if I so choose, John Cena, I've always had your number. I'm going to come and pick the bones, you little bitch.
Oh.
Because we are live. It is Monday night, and ladies and gentlemen, I am no longer just happy to be here. Yes, it still is all about the money, but it is time CM Punk became champion one more time. I'll see you all at Money in the Bank after I qualify tonight. Well, Pat, here's a man who last week was moments away for qualifying for Money in the Bank, Sami Zayn, before Braun Breaker got involved and cost him the triple threat match. CM Punk singing pretty good here, serenading this Tulsa crowd.
Isn't Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia this Saturday night?
No, Saturday night's main event was last Saturday.
Oh.
And they weren't in Atlanta, they were in Tampa.
I gotta tell you, I normally hate getting interrupted, and I normally hate when certain songs are played because that's normally who's interrupted me. You, not mad about it though. All right.
Speaking about our truth, he got
I
released
appreciate
on
that.
Monday, last Friday.
Really?
I appreciate that too. Thank you very much.
They were just starting to do something with it.
Punk, I gotta be honest, the reason I'm out here is because this is really the first time since you've been back that I have heard you speak so clearly in no uncertain terms about what your plan is, and that is to become world champion. It's time. Well, it's no secret that I too have my ambitions to become world champion. But unfortunately for me, Punk, Money in the Bank, that's not the path for me. Thanks to Paul Heyman, thanks to Seth Rollins, thanks to Bronson Reed, thanks to Braun Breaker, that's not in the cards for me. But it is for you, okay? I came out here to look you in the eyes, to tell you, to underscore, to really highlight the importance and tell you that, Punk, tonight, you must win. Tonight is more must-win than it's ever been, and I hear you talking about John Cena, and you're talking about Jey Uso, you're talking about Gunther, you're talking about all these other people, but I know you, and I know in the back of your head, you're probably thinking about Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and what they did to you, what they did to us. But I'm telling you right now, you need to not think about any of that. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, and I will deal with them tonight. Okay, but I got your back. I got your back. Hey, I don't need any of that right now. What I need you to do is to think about the task at hand. Because Seth Rollins, I know you're thinking about him, and trust me, he's always thinking about you.
Oh, I know that. Seth has never beat me. Ever.
That's right. And that is why you need to be in the Money in the Bank match, because with you in that match, it changes the match. I'm telling you, Punk, listen to me, I'm telling you. If Seth Rollins wins that briefcase, if he wins the contract, this place, it's over, okay? It's over. It turns into something very different. It turns into something unrecognizable. It's going to turn into something that you and I will not like. So I am telling you now, I need you to win tonight. We all need you to win tonight. And Punk, for whatever it's worth, I want you to win tonight. But I also want you to know that should you win, and should you win the Money in the Bank contract, and should you win the World Championship, you and me will be face to face in this ring again. And we will have a very different conversation than the one we're having right now.
I look forward to it, Sammy.
Sami Zayn has put a lot of pressure on CM Punk here tonight. Win the qualifying match and try to stop Seth Rollins' march to Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Seth Rollins wants total control, total domination. One way to stop that is have him not win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah, but tonight there's a triple threat match to determine the last person to qualify for Saturday's men's Money in the Bank ladder match. CM Punk, AJ Styles, El Grande Americano. Triple threat action tonight. We know, Pat, there's a wild situation brewing in Judgment Day. You know, Finn Balor trying to get the group to indoctrinate Roxanne Perez. Roxanne is trying to prove her worth. So let's take you back to what was going on last Monday here on Raw. It was Liv Morgan one-on-one with Kairi Sane. Raquel Rodriguez had the official, and Roxanne Perez came from out of nowhere and tried to allow Kairi Sane to pick up the victory. Not quite the way Roxanne and Raquel wanted things to go.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to let you know that if you need any help in your match tonight,
You know what? But you are interrupting. If you plan on sabotaging another one of my matches tonight, think again. If you want to help me, stay out of my way.
Okay? Okay. Thank you. Bye, sister. Cheers. Good luck.
Go get him.
You know I will. You again. Yay.
I just wanted to let you know that Kyrie got lucky this week. I'm going to be a 2-time Money in the Bank winner and cash in to win back the Women's World Championship.
すごい自信だね。
How's the
Not gonna
WrestleMania?
happen.
Huh?
Be right back.
The occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay, courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Harvey Levin here. Jason. Derek here. So we broke the story over the weekend that Aaron Carter died. It's really sad. It's so tragic. To me, this really kind of underscores, again, this epidemic in this country of mental health and substance abuse, the two of which are often related. And it seems, based on what everybody's saying, including Aaron's brother Nick, that was the case with Aaron. We know substance abuse was an issue, and also he was clearly having mental struggles. But 34 years old, died in his bathtub at home. It's just so sad.
It's really sad. I mean, we've covered him a lot over the years. He's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations throughout his life, his short life, but this really brought it home. I mean, he's 34 years old, and mental health issues and drug issues, they're indiscriminate. I mean, they can take you at any time. You think, he's still a kid, he'll go through this phase. It's just relentless. And to die in your bathtub and be found by a woman who's yelling, and we've heard the sort of scanner call on that. It's heartbreaking, regardless of what troubles he had during his life.
Yeah, no evidence of foul play. Seems like it was obviously, Aaron came out and talked about the fact that, Nick came out and talked about the fact that he's always recognized he's a complicated relationship with his brother. Always recognized that seems to recognize this was always a possibility. He said, I've always held on to the hope that he would somehow, someday want to walk a healthy path and eventually find the help that he so desperately needed. Real acknowledgement that Aaron was beyond the reach of his family and those closest to him as he just spiraled down.
They had a tough relationship. He had a restraining order. Nick and Angel had to get a restraining order against Aaron during his life just for some of the antics. So it's trouble.
It raises kind of a much bigger issue about how do you deal with mental health issues now? I mean, as bad as they were, things got so exacerbated by COVID and by the climate now that it's such a crisis in this country. I'm not sure what is a bigger crisis than mental health at this point, but it just feels like, we have just so scratched the surface, in terms of visibility of how big this problem is. And, you look at the way people act out, sometimes violently, and sometimes they, inflict harm upon themselves.
Yeah.
But solving something like this, where you have limited resources, where the problem just keeps growing and growing. And again, I don't think we understand the depth of this. And, especially with young kids, these young kids are going to grow up and they're going to have enough freedom to act out. I really fear what's going to happen in this country.
Let me put a more optimistic spin on it. I was going to say I have a more optimistic take. Let me put a more optimistic spin. People have been suffering with mental health forever, obviously. And we are finally at a point where I think you can talk about it openly. You're seeing celebrities come out and talk about it openly. Now, you're still going to have awful things happen. People struggle with mental health, get involved in drugs, all sorts of bad things happen. But at least now we talk about it. We don't ostracize the mentally ill.
Osaka, taking leaves, Shawn Mendes taking leaves.
There's so many examples in the NBA and sports of athletes at the top of their profession. Kevin Love was one of them. Step aside because of these things, and we can talk about it. So I hear you, Harvey. It's devastating, and the problem is awful. It's a true epidemic.
I want to counter that.
Yeah,
I think you're right that celebrities can come out and talk about this and they get embraced, which they should. But when you get into, ordinary America and you're dealing with families that aren't equipped to deal with something like this, aren't sophisticated to deal with this, and are scared, and when they watch things happen to your loved one, don't know how to deal with it, I'm not sure that, it's great that celebrities are comfortable doing this. And others maybe are too in growing numbers, but I think the problem is so big. I mean, look, everybody suffers from a level of mental struggle. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. And it's almost like it's on a spectrum. And it just feels like that spectrum, everything is slid to a point where it's gotten more intense.
And Jason, your point, I like the optimism. I do think there's more openness talking about certain types of depression and things of that nature, people taking leaves from their profession. There's not a ton of sympathy for the Aaron Carters of this world when it expresses itself through drug addiction and really sort of behavior like Kanye West, where it's really outlandish type behavior. There doesn't seem to be this well investigated. I'm not saying there should be, because that kind of behavior is destructive to you and the people around you, but it's what makes the problem so vexing. I mean, Nick Carter loved his brother, but had to get a restraining order against him. And you would think, why didn't he just support his brother? Well, you don't want to enable the behavior.
Well, and how do you support it?
And sometimes it's violent, and sometimes it's really sort of harmful to you and your family. So handling it is, I don't think, just a matter of resources. We don't even have our arms around how to address these problems. And
well, some of them are unaddressable, and there are going to be awful, tragic cases like this one. And there's no perfect solution. There's no panacea.
I'm not sure there is a solution to
No, there's not. Of course not.
You know,
it's like a million other intractable problems that we deal with. We do the best we can.
Speaking, you mentioned Kanye,
yeah,
and we're talking mental struggles. So Kim was at a soccer game with one of their kids. Kanye was there, and they were conversing. And I think there is less here than meets the eye. And, everybody's, oh my God, they're talking. They must be getting along. Everything's great. No. She's just trying to walk that tightrope right now.
It seemed like it. I totally agree. She's terrified of not talking to him. She's terrified to talk to him because you never know what is going to set him off and cause him to go completely, either go on social media and badmouth her or torpedo a relationship with kids or whatever it is. I think that she's tiptoeing.
I agree with you both. How do you co-parent tiptoeing around landmines? When someone is this, their ego is somewhat fragile, they're combustible.
Somewhat fragile.
Quite fragile. How do they...
Fabergé egg?
Yeah,
Fragile.
I mean, he's just eggshell. I mean, he's shattered. So how do you do this? I mean, in the short term, she's trying to keep the peace and go to these sports games and maybe keep the conversation very surface level and not trigger him. But over the long term, they've got 4 kids together. They're going to have to be able to address difficult issues with those kids as they become teenagers, as real life issues, as what school they go to. You can't do this all the time. You can't.
What's so interesting is you say they have to address these issues. He may not see it that way. And, maybe they both think the issues have to be addressed, but they're in different universes. And so how does she navigate this? I mean, I was thinking about this over the weekend, especially when these pictures came out. How does she navigate this over time when he is living in a different universe from her and they have 4 kids to raise? How does she navigate this?
There's no answer to that, right? I mean, there are situations where, she's going to have to tiptoe around it. There's also potential court intervention given his recent activities.
Yep.
But if she goes down that road,
it inflames him sometimes.
If she goes down the road of trying to deprive him of time with the kids, he is going, from everything we've seen, he is going to get really aggressive and angry. And she doesn't want that. And so I think she's in a terrible, terrible position with regards to the kids and her relationship with their father.
If she tries to speak with him through third-party intermediaries, he's not going to like that. He's not going to like court intervention. I think the only hope is that he goes through these phases.
He's not going to He's not going to like anything other than what he wants.
That's right.
And so if that's the baseline, which it is, she's and look, and I know you say this about court, but at a point, the court, he gave the name of the school that these kids go to, which enraged her,
right?
And rightly so.
Yes.
Well, he's not going to do stuff like that again. I mean, look at what he did when he ran for president and the things he said about her and the kid and the whole thing. So
we're there to look out for the best interest of the kid.
I think this is destined to end up in court. I think it's destined, whether it's in December next month when they have to go and come up with a custody arrangement. Supposedly they're trying to settle it, whether they do or don't. To think there's not going to be a crisis in the future, even if they settle it, is daydreaming.
Just as a side, what's the status of his representation? Does he have counsel?
He has a lawyer.
He has a lawyer.
He has a lawyer in Beverly Hills. There were incorrect reports saying that all the divorce letters with. The New York one did.
Okay.
But he's maintained, at least as I knew of on Friday,
Right.
he's maintained this lawyer in Beverly Hills. So they're negotiating, but he's been disengaged from this. He just didn't want to do
Lawyers
it.
have a difficult conversation with
Oh my
clients.
God.
And how is that
Here
going
we
to
go.
go? It's not like he respects them.
What does the conversation with Kim look like at this point? And how do you negotiate, right? You can't, if she does have that fear, you can't even give me a 1%.
Well,
Right.
what you can do is you can do supervised visitation.
If he's
Yes.
willing to do that, which I can't believe he would be, right? I mean, who's going to supervise?
Can you imagine a
Tanya?
supervisor having,
You're right.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
sitting in a room watching him get on the floor and do tea parties with the kids, you know, it's hard to fathom, really. It is hard to even picture the scenario where there's somebody sitting in a room.
I am not sure my
You've
fault.
just got to wonder.
Go
what
ahead,
she
take
thinks
one.
about when she's
Huh?
alone with this.
Go ahead, take
This
one.
is-
Okay.
I'll tell you, you can solve problems short term. This is a long-term problem where there doesn't seem to be much of a solution long term. This is not, I gotta solve this for the next year. It's for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And mental illness is progressive. I mean, these
Right, I
episodes
mean,
will
mental
get
illness
longer.
doesn't get
It's
better.
progressive.
It doesn't get better.
Yeah, one more thought about this. Everything in her life for the last 20, 25 years has been curated for television or for social media or for an audience. We've talked about how they've inflated their whole family has their real life in their television life, and where does one end and where does the other begin? This is different, right? This is something that can't be for content. It can only be for protecting these kids, and I think that puts her in a very, very odd place that I don't know that she
Oh, I-
can perfectly.
I think she'll make the right decision about that.
Oh, I did the same
I just to
thing.
like sort of put them first, and I don't know what that'll be.
Well,
Okay.
Watch me.
Leo Sky, the current women's world champion, would have a target on her back for the eventual winner of the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Final qualifying match for the women takes place now.
Is a Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match. Introducing first from Elmwood Park, New Jersey. She is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan.
Liv, Ivy, and the newcomer Stephanie McCare battle it out live on Netflix.
So what was that like for Jeff
Well, ladies and gentlemen, experience the non-stop excitement at Money in the Bank with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. On right.
When you say right decision, you mean there's a solution.
True. I don't know the exact
So
solution,
that-
but I think she'll make what
I
she
don't know
believes
that-
to be in their interest rather than what she believes to be in the keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yes.
So
which is
we-
partial.
We've talked about two subjects, neither of which have solutions.
If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of the hunt. But are you getting the thrill of the best deals? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love with the most savings and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Macy's, Adidas, and Walmart, and even stack sales on top of cash back. It's easy to use, and you get the cash back through PayPal or a check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. So download the free Rakuten app and never miss a deal. Or go to Rakuten.com to start getting the most bang for your buck. That's Rakuten. RAKUTEN.
Well, let's move on.
Let's go 3 for 3.
Let's go 3 for 3. So, Bill Maher, I got to tell you, I was actually texting with him on this last week. That I just don't think a lot of people in this country are into democracy. I just don't think so. And the reason I say that is everybody will say, "Oh yes, I want to support democracy. I want to protect democracy." Well, when you drill down on what that means, not so much. That to me,
Their actions are speaking louder than words.
there is a foundation for democracy, to me. And this is just my opinion about this. But the foundation to me is tolerance. That if you have tolerance, then you can build on democracy. You can build on free speech, tolerating speech that you disagree with. You can build on the notion of, I don't hate people who are political views and aligned with me. You can build on believing in free and fair elections when, even if your side loses,
Tolerating results you don't like.
toleration.
Yeah.
And I just think there's such intolerance in this country that when you really drill down to the elements of democracy, I don't think a lot of people agree with it. So Bill Maher on Friday night talked about the fragility of democracy, and also the fact that we're going to get a lot of people elected. A lot of people are going to get elected tomorrow who just don't really care about the election.
That's
Well,
that's
okay, you were saying,
possible.
Yeah,
Right.
and
If
it's
my guy loses, it's because of the way.
right, and it's raised the law.
So what was his problem?
Who, Dylan's?
Yeah.
Well, he wanted me to go talk to Sarah that I was avoiding her, that I'm giving her a silent treatment. No, the
Oh.
fuck I'm not.
Oh, we're not gonna go through this again, are
That's
we?
what I'm trying to tell him. I already, Carol talked to me and Adam both this morning and says that we can't deal with normal dramas. And I told Sarah to go talk to her staff about this. And
So
then
basically Sarah hates Dylan, is that it?
she hates Adam, but I'm not bringing his name into my business. Him and I have been friends for 18 years. I hate drama. You hate drama. You kids and your drama. Let's get back to the show.
Exactly.
Says unmatched service and unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE. Ivy Nile, Liv Morgan in the ring already. They have an opportunity to qualify for Money in the Bank.
There's one of your girls.
But we want to show you now the
What? Ivy Niles and Liv Morgan.
La lucha libre no es solo mi carrera, es mi pasión. Es mi vida, es todo lo que yo soy. Cuando tenía 10 años en Chile, descubrí WWE por televisión y desde ahí comencé a verla constantemente. Sabía que mi destino era lograr hazañas que nunca nadie había logrado y eso es exactamente lo que he hecho. Soy la primera sudamericana en convertirme en campeona de WWE. Y ahora, The Dark Angel llega a Raw para hacer lo que siempre he hecho: dominar.
Hello, mama.
And your opponent from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Blackcare.
You know, Pat, kudos to our general manager, Adam Pearce, who pulled off a major coup, signing Stephanie to the Monday Night Raw roster.
Stephanie is a global sensation. We're lucky to have her on Monday Night Raw.
Stephanie with an opportunity to work double duty, perhaps this coming Saturday, because at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon on WWE's YouTube channel at the Kia Forum, it's Worlds Collide, where Stephanie McCare will team with NXT's Lola Vice to take on Dalise and Chick Tormenta in tag team action at Worlds Collide. First time ever these three women have been involved in a triple threat match with one another. Again, the rules: no disqualification, no count out. First woman to gain pinfall or submission will be the final woman to qualify for Money in the Bank.
The energy's palpable in here. Such a massive opportunity. Stephanie McCare potentially jump-starting her Raw career.
If you Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile going in against this newcomer here at this level, what's your strategy, Pat?
Yeah, they should definitely team up as they are doing here immediately. Olive Tulsa was on Stephanie's side.
Now Ivy Nile from American Made with the shoulder tackle to Morgan.
Triple threat match, you know, is going to be quite a brutal fight. Everybody trying to take care of everybody's business.
The winner of this match will join Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, big boss body, Julia and Alexa Bliss in the women's field come Saturday. Stephanie up over the top. Liv caught her with a kick.
Sunset flip off a springboard crossbody. Stephanie McCare, 100 miles an hour to start this.
McCare, La Prima, former NXT and NXT North American champion, only woman to hold both at the same time. Not bad. The Devil's Kiss from Stephanie McCare. And listen to this place.
That is punishment from Stephanie McCare to Liv Morgan's face. Eating Slim Jim ring.
Ivy Nile knows all about McCare. McCare knocked out Nile back in April.
Hey.
And Liv Morgan breaks things up with a basement drop kick. Liv looking to qualify for her third Money in the Bank contract ladder match tonight, 2022. She cashed in on the same night she won it on Ronda Rousey to win the World Championship.
There's Dos Amigos.
And the first ever Crown Jewel champion. Liv Morgan looking for... this time drops McCare onto Ivy Nile.
That was the three Amigos from Liv Morgan.
Yeah, a little bit of a different take on it at the end, but effective.
Eddie Guerrero homage from Liv Morgan.
Now Liv Morgan taking control of this matchup.
You would expect Liv Morgan
I'm
to
sorry to
dominate
say
this
it,
match.
but I think that's
Been there, done that with everything in this business.
Yeah, two-time women's champion, four-time tag team champion, again, the current champion.
But Sasha Banks.
Now, Ivy Nile drives Liv into the corner. And now the pitbull from American Made. Stephanie McCare with a meteor.
Sasha.
And the waistlock standing switch by McCare, one for Nile. Big elbow, caught Ivy in the nose. Now Morgan looking to roll through with the power now of McCare.
Very opportunistic match thus far. Every time there's been an opening, they've taken advantage, like right here with Ivy
Now
Nile.
Nile! An homage to her mentor, Chad Gable of American Made. Tremendous German suplex. Can Ivy be going to Money in the Bank? Triple threat match here live tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Morgan, Raw newcomer Stephanie McCare, and Ivy Nile looking to qualify. Being the final person to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match comes Saturday in LA.
All three of these women have had their moments in this match where we thought they were going to win it.
Meteora by
McCare.
Ivy catches the move. Stephanie McCare,
I
never been in a
don't
ladder
know
match
yet.
in
We
her
have to
career
find
in
out from Mr.
WWE.
John
Started
tomorrow if we're having
less
a
than
house
a year
meeting.
ago, back in July. Dragons through by Stephanie. And that takes Ivy out.
She's already accomplished so much. Could you imagine Stephanie McCare going to Money in the Bank with Liv Morgan breaking it up?
So what do you think about this Stephanie McCare wrestler?
Talking about a meteoric drop.
She bum-worthy?
Unheard of.
No.
Mentioned earlier, Rhea
Not
Ripley
unless
and
you're
Roxanne
into
Perez
golf.
qualified for Monday Night Raw.
You're into
Naomi,
golf shit.
Julia, and Alexa Bliss fill up
Not
Friday
nearly
Night
the
SmackDown.
extent that Liv is.
Ah,
Liv and Stephanie.
but she is one
Balls at
level.
each other.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Stephanie absorbing a tremendous amount of punishment. Morgan on the offense. Misses with a step up in Zaguri. Care catches her in the ear.
Watching the battle of wits here between Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan.
But by Liv.
The future is bright.
Liv now battles back with a kick to Vaquer. What a right hand. Stephanie bringing it here tonight.
Absolutely. She's been in control for a lot of this match.
Tremendous acquisition by our general manager, Adam Pierce, to bring Vaquer to the women's roster. And now, Ivy Nile. Ivy looking to use her power here. Dangerous situation. Stacking up Vaquer for the win. Kick out by Stephanie. A near fall for Ivy Nile. And Pat, she realizes that was her opportunity.
Yes, it certainly was. Had Stephanie stacked up. Superplex powerbomb.
Official Eddie Orengo is right there with the 2 count. Indeed it is. With so much on the line, an opportunity to change your career. Vaquer rolls up Nile. Ivy, shoulders down to the other side, hooks the leg. Stephanie now into a pinning combination yet again. Ivy Nile able to kick out. And now Stephanie. Look at this. Shoulders down, kick out at 2 by Nile.
Stephanie Vaquer has so many pinning combinations.
Nile may have a broken nose. And now Liv Morgan with a double code breaker. Cover. Looking to pin both women here. And a kick out. Wow, what a win that would have been for Morgan as she pinned both Vaquer and Nile in this match.
And we would have had to hear about it forever and for good reason. Double code breaker from Liv Morgan.
It's all about an opportunity to get to the match on Saturday, where you climb a ladder, grab a briefcase inside a contract, cash in anytime you want for a world title opportunity.
Liv and Ivy. Oblivion coming.
I went for Oblivion, and Ivy kicked out of the ring, and now Vaquer off the backslide into the cover. Liv able to roll through. Vaquer now.
Liv flips through. Ducks the.
And Morgan now. Face first with a code breaker. And for Oblivion. Connecting. Liv Morgan going for the win, but Ivy Nile not going to allow it to happen. Trying to steal one here on Vaquer. Cover. Morgan's got to break things up. Off Oblivion, Liv thought she had it, but Ivy Nile wouldn't allow it to happen.
Ivy Nile saved the match. I think it was over there.
And Liv driven face first into the steel steps as the triple threat match continues. No countouts. Ivy Nile back into the ring. Vaquer caught her. Stephanie Vaquer now looking to put her away with the SBB cover. Vaquer advances, qualifies for Money in the Bank.
Here is your winner, Stephanie Vaquer.
La Primera will enter her first ever Money in the Bank ladder match and pull double duty. First in Worlds Collide, and then at Money in the Bank Saturday in Los Angeles.
Stephanie Vaquer's life can change drastically on Saturday. Liv Morgan had the Oblivion. Ivy now interrupted. And Ivy would leave the ring, get distracted, and Stephanie Vaquer would greet her.
The SBB.
And punch her ticket to Money in the Bank. Stephanie Vaquer is on a rocket ship to the top. And at Money in the Bank, all she needs is a ladder to put her name on the marquee.
Will it be Rhea Ripley? Will it be Roxanne Perez? Will it be Naomi? Will it be Julia? Will it be Alexa Bliss? Or could it be Stephanie Vaquer to be crowned Women's Money in the Bank?
What can I do for you, Paul?
What can you do for me? You can accept my most profound wishes for a happy birthday, AJ Styles. In fact, I brought you a gift. It has intrinsic value. It's not a watch or clothes. You can afford anything you want on this planet. But information.
Will it be Alexa Bliss, or could it be Stephanie McCare to be crowned Women's Money in the Bank?
What can I do for you, Paul?
What can you do for me? You can accept my most profound wishes for a happy birthday, AJ Styles. In fact, I brought you a gift. It has intrinsic value. It's not a watch or clothes. You can afford anything you want on this planet. But information is currency, and information is wisdom. And I have the wisdom to bestow upon you. We all see Dominic Mysterio as the Intercontinental Champion, running around with his dirty Sanchez mustache and making a disgrace of that championship. That title needs a phenomenal champion like you. But Money in the Bank, you have to climb a ladder, you have to retrieve a briefcase, and inside the briefcase is a contract, and that contract can be cashed in when the champion is in trouble, and you always have to be prepared 24/7. Slap that briefcase down with you, bring a referee with you. It's way too much. Tonight it's you versus CM Punk versus Grande Americano, and despite the fact what a great match it is, forget the Money in the Bank. Concentrate on Dominic Mysterio and the Intercontinental title, and leave Money in the Bank to Seth freaking Rollins.
Paul, are you tired? Tired of chasing that meal ticket, right? That's, you look exhausted. I bet you thought this conversation was going to end with me buying what you're selling, right? Don't worry about Dirty Dom. I'll get back to him and the IC title. But Paul, you have known me long enough to know that I don't respond well to threats. And I know you very well and very long, and I know that's exactly what that was. So I don't care if it's you, the Judgment Day, the Bloodline, John Cena. You try to push me out, and I will push back. So I got some advice for you. Why don't you go back and you tell Seth Rollins, I know all about his plan. But you know that old saying, right? Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Already, Stephanie McCare has filled the final slot for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Still to come tonight. Who will fill the final spot on the men's side? Will be AJ Styles, CM Punk, or El Grande Americano.
Or someone come back. Just saying.
Sheamus, my old friend, you looked disappointed in me last week. How dare you? Disappointed. Do not.
Impressed me a lot lately.
Get on it. Still break. And your time will come. Notice something special, pure and real.
Pointed at me last week. How dare you? I am doing the good work. I'm trying to fix the weak and prevent them from slipping into the abyss. Something you watched me do and did nothing. Last week you ran out to help a stranger, but when I needed you back then, you let me vanish. So how dare you look at me disappointed? Do not mistake the man that I was for the force that I am, Sheamus. I am the son of thunder, and you are the weak one now. But I was just like you. You have a body of granite, but a neck of sand. And you are challenging the one man who's got the one move that can make it go all the way, just like that. You are a true legend. And after everything we've been through, it will be my honor to take you off the field and send you home the hero that you are. But remember this, brother. I went down because you stabbed my back. Now stay out of the way, or you're gonna go out because I'm gonna snap yours.
Gisela, you stood tall against the bully last week.
You were amazing.
If you keep that spirit up, and your time will come. Now, there's something special, pure and real about Alpha Academy. And Natty, Maxine, the sooner you both realize that and become a tag team in your own right, the better. Because you guys have got something that not many people have here at the WWE. Heart.
I really appreciate that. Actually, Maxine has impressed me a lot lately.
Get on. It's done great. Cheers, fella.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Excuse me, Sheamus was looking for a comment. We just heard from Rusev and was curious, what made you get involved last week?
You know, Kathy, me and Rusev go way back. He was a groomsman at my wedding. But there's only so long I can stand back and watch his so-called friend that do nothing. His WWE career imploded because of his own bad decisions. And his career outside of WWE, well, it lasted about as long as Rusev Day. 24 hours. Me? I've been putting on banger after banger, week after week. And now that he's back, Roa, supposed to have amnesia? Watch him pick on guys half his size, trying to make his name back or build his name back the cowardly way? Nah. Someone needs to put manners on him before he goes too far, and that someone is me. So right now, here's a message from the Celtic Warrior to me old friend Rusev. I bully bullies.
Well, I would pay to see that fight.
Absolutely.
We're starting off with the tag team match already.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at a combined weight of 385 pounds. Representing the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and J.D. McDonough.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, up next, the War Raiders take on the group The Judgment Day in a match presented by Cash App, live on Netflix. Hey, WWE is headed back to Fanatics Fest New York City at Javits Center from June 20th to the 22nd. It's the ultimate destination for sports fans and collectors, bringing the world's largest gathering of Hall of Fame athletes, WWE superstars, rare collectibles, and immersive sports experiences under one roof. Don't miss your chance to meet the incredible WWE lineup. The Undertaker, Charlotte Flair, Rey Mysterio, Bianca Belair, and more. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com. Well, back inside the VOK Center in Tulsa, War Raiders set to do battle with the Judgment Day, and joining us on commentary, none other than the World Tag Team Champions, The New Day.
There we go, show us. A little more enthusiasm. Come on, it's the new day.
That's a little better.
That's a little better.
We got the moves of that.
Yeah, you see it. Come on now.
Well, you know, I do have to mention that I found out that you guys could actually the nice guys, you've received a pretty honorable award over the past few days.
Talking about the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Talking about the Hall of Fame. It was actually last year, but I'm glad that you're acknowledging our benevolence. You know who else was part of that Hall of Fame class?
Yes, who?
Was Rick Carlisle, the head coach of the Indiana Pacers.
That's the National Boys
Yes.
Club Hall of Fame. Now, your partner Xavier Woods told me that it happened this weekend when we spoke earlier.
That's not what he said. He didn't say that.
He did say that.
Don't try to blame it on. You don't think we know we're at the Hall of Fame? Come on, man.
I do respect you guys bringing up old accomplishments as if they happen now.
The thing about it is that Rick Carlisle was bothering us all night for advice. And we finally gave him some advice, and look at him now.
He's in the finals, baby. He's in the finals.
You should be thanking us. Thank God for the New Day. You gonna thank God for the New Day?
And Michael,
Every day.
Michael, this past week we were representing WWE at the Judo Netflix event.
Bam.
I would never lie to that.
Hold your back.
Get your stuff straight.
Oh, big shoulder tackle.
Come on, Mike.
Xavier Woods, you might have the best eyebrows on television right now.
Not Mike, I do.
And let's get back to what's going on in the ring.
Have you seen these eyebrows?
Break him in. Actually, if you want to get back to the ring, Finn Balor lost in his Money in the Bank qualifying match last week, so he thinks he can come back to the tag division. No, sir. We're keeping these championships.
So why do you guys keep dodging these tag teams? Like, first off, War Raiders. You guys continue to dodge these
I'm
guys.
so sorry. Did we not beat the War Raiders and American Made at the same time?
Well, you guys. Hold up, Cole.
You see, we're not even in the match.
Pay attention to the
You
match.
see how dumb these people are? How can we suck if we're the champions?
You guys took
What does that say about your favorites if we suck?
You guys took advantage of a young team last week. Said you were going to forge an alliance with American Made, and then you stabbed him in the back.
Advantage? Julius tagged himself into the match. I couldn't even see who was legal, what was going on. I just happened to pin the legal man who happened to be a Green brother, and we won the match.
We won the match. What did you want?
That's that big brain stuff that the New Day has.
So who would you rather face, the War Raiders or Judgment Day, with the tag titles on the line?
Well, look, we're going to have to face the best team qualified for the
Oh!
We want to face the best. That's all that we know.
And JD,
We got two pretty good teams right here.
he's been looking pretty good since he came back from C States with his.
Oh!
Wow. Uh-oh.
Now sidestepping JD McDonough as Eric makes the tag, and here's a 330
Big
pounder.
Ivar!
Actually, the star of the team.
Back body drop.
Hey, look at Ivar's new tattoo. You didn't see it? He got a new tattoo that's actually the logo on his shirt when he had a singles run. I think that's worth noting.
Wham!
Oh,
Where are you going? You don't just make this stuff up.
we are students of the game and we observe everything. We see everything.
Oh, JD up over the top into the floor. Oh, my goodness.
It's because of the table, he might be out again.
Now, we need to know to do what he did there when he had a punctured lung
Yeah,
to finish the match.
it's hard-headed.
Just had a,
Oh, it's hard-headed.
That's us, guys.
Wow.
just had flashbacks.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, Raw is.
War Raiders!
You look terrible on that resume. You look horrible.
Boom!
Oh, my
That was
God.
pretty. I mean, War Raiders is dominating here.
Check JD's midsection because he heard it last time. And Ivar's probably worse than the table. It's worse than hit by That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
He embarrassed you.
They were embarrassed by the War Raiders.
Jessica Carr.
Good for Jessica Carr. Send the pack.
They're about to interfere in that tag team match before the bell even
Nah,
rings.
nah, nah, nah.
Well, some more officials coming down here to make sure that New Day exits the arena. And great move by the War Raiders, evening things up here in this tag match. What a night it's been so far at the BOK Center. Tulsa, Oklahoma, jam-packed. Judgment Day versus the War Raiders. The World Tag Champs, the New Day, joined Pat 94 the commercial break. They were kicked out by Jessica Carr after tremendous fake out by the War Raiders.
Yeah, the New Day got embarrassed out here, and then they got kicked out.
Great rivalry between these two teams as Balor comes over the top. The fifth time these teams have met head-to-head. War Raiders beat. Oh, what a move by JD. Cover now for the win. Hooks the leg. Kick out. Back in December, Pat, the War Raiders knocked off the Judgment Day for the tag team titles.
Everything's so easy to JD McDonough and Finn Balor right now. The War Raiders had their shot. I mean, they absolutely were in the driver's seat. And now JD McDonough has taken control.
And JD McDonough, he acknowledges that he's never the biggest person in the ring that says he has the biggest heart, and he will get down and dirty with the best of them, do whatever he needs to do, even break the rules to pick up a win.
Ivar just eating everything JD McDonough's throwing at him.
McDonough with a boot to Ivar. Ivar still on his feet, getting fired up. McDonough now caught by Ivar, spinning side slam.
JD McDonough was getting upset that his best wasn't knocking Ivar down. Now he got taken advantage of. And now JD McDonough is flat on his back, ready on the Slim Jim logo. Ivar needs a tag. JD McDonough needs a little bit of a breath.
Tag to Balor, tag to Eric, and here we go. Two fresh men in the matchup, and Eric able to beat Balor in the middle of the ring. McDonough's still in there. Probably should have got out.
He can get 1, 2, says Eric. So much power.
Great throw by Eric. And now McDonough think he's going to suffer the same fate.
Eric clearing house on the Judgment Day. Little spring cleaning.
Oh, missed wildly. Balor now. Oh, Eric.
Able to reverse.
Bang! Headbutt. That pop-up headbutt by Eric. Running knee. Cover. Balor kicks.
And I think Solo just got released today.
That knee echoes throughout the entire arena here tonight.
Eric's
And the
wife.
OK Center said, is he A-OK? I do not
Really?
think so.
Yeah. Him and Sarah Logan are married, remember?
Yeah, I was waiting for the perfect moment. I'll tell you what, Eric and Ivar.
Uh-oh. Finn Balor, look at JD McDonough. Ah, now goes the elbow. Ivar coming out for the win by Judgment Day. Kick out by Ivar and your fall.
How big Ivar is, Finn wasn't able to get a deep pin.
Now McDonough trying to stay away from Eric. Just caught him. I don't think he got all of that.
Raised him, I think.
But he got all of that as he takes out Eric. And now Balor into the corner. Ivar's in the drop zone. Balor looking to put this one away. Then Balor on the top rope. Look at the coup de grace. Ivar moves out of harm's way. Splat. Sit down, Balor.
Cartwheel.
Spin kick.
Ivar. JD McDonough just exits the ring as Ivar calls for war in Tulsa.
Balor may want to exit the ring as well. Incoming!
That's a bigger than a bucking bull.
And now Ivar. Uh-oh, he's going to go up top. Dangerous 330-pounder when he flies from up there. Hey,
Oh, wait a minute.
Roxanne Perez out on the apron, distracting Ivar. JD McDonough takes advantage, face first off the post.
The prodigy comes out. Helps Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
And now Balor up top with a coup de grace. Cover by Balor. And a win for Judgment Day.
Here are your winners, the Judgment Day.
Oh, Pat, Finn Balor's recruitment of Roxanne Perez paid off tonight.
And Roxanne's want to join the Judgment Day pays off for JD and Finn.
Well, again, we saw what happened last week with the Liv Morgan situation where we believe that Roxanne was actually trying to help Liv. Now tonight, she actually does help Finn and JD. Distraction by Roxanne, and that slight hesitation drew the official Jessica Carr, which allowed JD McDonough to do this pass.
Grabs the beer, throws Ivar off the ring pole, and to the ground. Finn Balor, JD McDonough pick up a massive tag team win over the War Raiders.
I guess you got to give Finn credit. He knew what he was doing.
You got to give Roxanne credit. She timed that perfectly.
I have only been back for 6 weeks, and already Lyra has cost me the tag team championship, and she has cost me my champ. When she became a double champ at WrestleMania,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight, the oil capital of the United States, and the BOK Center hosting Monday Night Raw live on Netflix.
100%.
76% for the men. Men's qualifier still to come tonight.
That's cash, brother. Even better, that's cash app.
Well, massive congratulations are in order for this lady right here, Stephanie McCare. Not only are you now a part of the Raw roster, but you won your match tonight. You're going on to WrestleMania, or to Money in the Bank, this Saturday. So how are you feeling?
I feel great. Thank you so much. La verdad, estoy muy agradecida con el recibimiento del público. Ha sido
Can you imagine that matchup of Romero and Mommy?
Did you hear that Reno and Mommy showed up?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Well, Lyra Valkyria will defend the Intercontinental Championship against the man, Becky Lynch, this coming Saturday. It takes place in the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California, 7 on the East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, for Money in the Bank Premium Live event. The only woman who have held the Women's Intercontinental title will face Becky Lynch on Saturday.
Wow, wow, wow. Such big, brave words from Becky all the way from her safe little hiding spot in the back. Becky, how about you stop being such a coward and get out here so I can say what I have to say straight to your face?
Lyra fired up.
Well, there is the man. His rivalry has gotten so personal over the past number of weeks. Lyra Valkyria used to look up to Becky, protege.
I was going to be the bigger woman. I was, no, shut up.
Ooh.
You said your piece, and all you did was show the world that you are delusional to a point that it is just sad. Honestly, your downfall needs to be studied. You made it all the way to the top by being a good person that didn't give up, and then you only stayed on top because you gave up being a good person. But you were right about one thing. I'll give you that. Since you started trying to ruin my life, I have changed. But you know what that change is you're seeing, Becky? Anger. I needed to get angry. And no one in my entire life has hurt me the way you hurt me. And it is so funny to me that by trying to hold me down, all you did was unlock the side of me that is capable of destroying you. I have beat you twice, I have beat you blind, and at Money in the Bank, I am going to beat the crap out of you and ensure that you never get to poison what it means to be Intercontinental Women's Champion.
has poisoned is your perspective. You say that I have hurt you more than anybody else. I believe you're speaking emotionally, even though I did physically hurt you too. But emotionally, I have hurt you more than anyone else. I don't believe that's true. You know what I think happened? I think you wanted an excuse to hate me. You took any excuse to hate me because you want to replace me, but you can't do that. Nobody can. I didn't want to hurt you. I wanted to make you better. But that's all changed now. And now I know the thing that's going to hurt you the most is when you're going to have to raise my hand.
Wow, Becky. Wow. More big words. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and let's give Tulsa a little preview and do this right now!
Honda wants to fight.
I don't fight in Tulsa, Oklahoma. See you in Los Angeles and Money in the Bank.
Lyra fired up, confident, emotional tide, and she's not going to take that as she rushes now down the entranceway to attack Becky, and the fight is now on.
Becky's fighting in Tulsa because she's getting her ass kicked by Lyra here.
The Intercontinental Champion, the Women's Champion now, taking it to Becky Lynch. Officials trying to separate these two. This is an emotional powder keg heading into Saturday at Money in the Bank.
Our Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria.
Becky's pushed all the buttons to push Lyra over the edge. Will it be to Becky's advantage or Lyra's advantage come Saturday with the championship on the line?
Lyra said she had to get mad. She's unlocked a completely different side of herself. And it's going to be the side that's going to dominate Becky at Money in the Bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason that I'm wearing an Indiana Pacers jersey tonight.
That's right. Michael Cole and I had a bet. If the Pacers beat the Knicks, he would have to wear a tank top. The Pacers did that, and that's because Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Coach Rick Carlisle, and Tyrese Halliburton made it happen. Run the footage, please, Evan.
The back pedal free for the win and roll.
So Tyrese Halliburton pays his respect to Reggie Miller in front of Reggie Miller. Has the jokes on it now. Exclusive merchandise from Tyrese in his magical moment in Madison Square Garden where the brick bounces straight up. Jim Irsay grabs it and puts it through the hoop. The Pacers are in the finals, and that shirt is awesome.
Well, let's give some love to Jalen Brunson, the Knicks. My guy who kept the Knicks in the entire series. Tremendous playoff series for Brunson. He's got a shirt available on WWEshop.com as well.
Yeah, the Knicks just run into the Pacers in the playoffs. That's a problem. And Oklahoma City is about to be in for a fight with Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. It's going to be a great final. Great shirt. Great shirt.
The biggest, most important ladder match in the world is Money in the Bank. The most dominant, the most dangerous ladder match in wrestling in the world is Penta and Zenith. I've been scratching and dreading this moment.
Starting to see now.
Nobody is as hungry as Penta.
I think I'm starting to see now why you fall asleep so much in the middle of the show. And I do it too. There's not really anything. I mean, it's what, an hour and a half in, and there's not really been that much to get excited about.
I wasn't falling asleep. Oh, you talking about like previous shows I fell asleep?
Yeah. And it just occurred to me now as I'm watching this, it's very easy to fall asleep because there's not much here to get that excited about. That's why I like AEW more, but between the two, that's why I get more excited about SmackDown than I do about Raw, because that seems to be where they put all the excitement now. Sure, is on SmackDown.
Esta es la lucha de escaleras que he estado esperando toda mi vida. Ladder match is my kingdom. Los Angeles is my home turf, and the Money in the Bank is my destiny. Los Ángeles es territorio de Penta. Money in the Bank será mío. ¿Y saben por qué? Porque yo soy Penta, el cero.
Penta's ready for Money in the Bank. Told you Sammy was going to get bootsy tonight.
Oh, we're all getting easy. We're all yeeting in Tulsa.
Big tag team match for main event Jey Uso, the world champ, and of course, Sami Zayn tonight. I wish I could do a show in a tank top every week.
You look jacked, Cole.
No, it's just because it's cool.
Yeeting in a tank top. Yeeting in a jersey. Tulsa's going crazy because that world champ.
Massive tag team action coming. Yeet, 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 yeet.
Yeah,
Yeet,
Sammy.
yeet, yeet. Now that, see, not bad. That's a little connection, Sammy and I.
Lucy.
Tag action on your way. Live on Netflix. How did he wrestle a match after this? I can't even talk.
Hey, man, brother.
Get a two-day combo ticket through SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium, JETS, Jets in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Saturday, August 2nd. Sunday, August 3rd are on sale now via Ticketmaster. And yes, they are still eating tonight in Tulsa. Main event Jey Uso, the world champ, teaming with Sami Zayn. High-stakes tag team match. Jey Uso, I mentioned a busy week. Tag match tonight, Saturday. In Los Angeles at Money in the Bank, he teamed with Cody Rhodes to take on WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul in tag team action. 2 nights after that, a week from tonight, Pat, in Phoenix, Jey Uso has to defend his world title against Gunther.
Yeah. Again? Hasn't he had like 500 rematches already?
It's better than money. It's Cash App. And speaking of money, Jey Uso is that. Ladies and gentlemen.
What the why? I don't get it. How me? I know, but why? Jay and who's his partner? Sammy? Jay and Sammy. Oh, that's why. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Yeah, I forgot that he managed them now. But if this is the main event, then what are they going to do for the next hour and a half?
The dogs are barking in Tulsa for Braun Breaker.
And their opponents, accompanied by WWE Hall of Famer, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, the team of Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
Well, Pat, the Wise Man has done it again. Not only signing with one of the all-time greats in Seth Rollins, but also bringing aboard these two men. The unpredictable, badass Braun Breaker, the Oscilla, Big Bronson Reed insurance policy for Rollins in his run at a world title.
Paul Heyman has been ahead of schedule in this industry since the beginning of his time here. Decades and decades and decades of greatness. And a blind man could have seen that Braun Breaker was the future of this industry. Getting Bronson Reed to join, master play, master class from Paul Heyman.
Just so much to talk about in this match tonight. The first time ever these four men have met in this tag team situation, although Braun has quite the history with both Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Braun won his first championship, the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam last year, knocking off Sami Zayn. Jey Uso would win his first singles title, the Intercontinental title, by beating Breaker. Breaker would go on to regain it with Jey a few weeks later on.
And Braun Breaker would love to keep this a physical ground and pound fight.
And, Pat, this is a very big match.
I have to agree with you on this point.
They never team together. Will this team work? Rollins, I'm sure, watching somewhere in the back. And, he's here. We saw him enter the building earlier tonight. And, of course, Paul Heyman. And now Uso quickly into the cover, hooks the leg, and a kick out.
Yeah, we're going to find out if Braun and Bronson,
Good night to
the powerhouses of the group, can get along. They all rowing in the same direction in this Paul Heyman, Seth freaking Rollins group.
And Rollins talked a lot last week about the importance.
Oh,
there's the speed of Breaker and the impact of Uso. Braun Breaker fired up. Heyman loves it.
Unless I'm forgetting something, this group really does not.
And again, Pat, one of the things that Rollins talked
They're
about
on the
last week
timer
was
again? Wait a minute.
absolute power.
Okay. This is I don't get this. Why are they on a timer, but yet they're not on a commercial?
That's just crazy.
I believe bringing in Breaker and Reed helped him get to that. And becoming the world champ gives him absolute power. And that's all that's on his mind.
absolute power, total control, you name it. That's what Seth freaking Rollins is looking for. And that's what Paul Heyman has had over this industry.
Okay.
I don't know how you stop this group.
30-pounder. Big Bronson Reed. It's amazing to me that after everything that Bronson Reed did to Seth Rollins last year with a half dozen tsunamis off the top rope, Rollins would turn around and bring this man aboard.
But
I think what Seth freaking Rollins realized is what he wants everybody else to realize. Bronson Reed is a destroyer.
What match for Reed as well as he delivers the elbow. So because this is Bronson Reed's first match back since War Games back in November when he came flying off the top of the cage, shattered both his ankles.
And he's had full rehab, full recovery, a lot of lonely nights, a lot of lonely days, wondering what the future looks like.
This
I think Bronson probably likes
have a name.
I don't know. He's in the group now, brother. He's gonna have to
They're
figure
trying
that
to
out.
be like
Oh, he's smart. He
evolution.
realizes we're being part of the group that came in and Seth Rollins needs for his career.
Jawbreaker from Jey Uso.
Tag made here comes Sami now. Sami Zayn, I believe, had the Money in the Bank qualifying match won last week. If it wasn't for the man in the ring right now, Braun Breaker.
Yeah. But I think that they're trying to be like the next evolution. Because we got Seth as being Triple H.
Knocking Braun Breaker on his
We
ass.
got Braun Breaker who's
Big
being
rights
Randy
from
Orton.
Sami Zayn, who came out feeling
Then we
loose
got
tonight.
Sandy told Punk earlier tonight, let us take care of these two, man. You were
Bronson Reed is being like Dave Batista.
And what power!
Yeah.
By Breaker, that pop-up power slam. He's a beast.
You talking about power, you talking about timing, you talking about explosivity.
Evolution
Ron Breaker's got it all.
2.0, but they should just call themselves revolution instead of evolution.
I don't. Okay. I guess
Everything about him.
it's hard for me to understand
Struck
because,
gold
like,
man, hasn't he?
I don't own this.
I have no idea how. This man's eye is so damn
I
great.
don't know why anybody would trust the guy. I understand what he means to people's careers, but you can't trust the guy.
What are you talking about? If you want to take a trip to the top with you, trust him. You just got to know that at some point the ride's going to end.
You like it better when one.
And Reed with a massive chop, dropping Sammy to the mat.
And Mr.
These two men are
was
fighting.
here.
Brunson Reed's not scared to do
Everybody
that.
knew who was in charge, and it wasn't. It didn't go all over the map.
You know, we mentioned before that this is a Braun.
Yeah, but I still hit the
Brunson Reed's
commercials
first
on
match back
TV.
back in November when he came flying off the
I'm
top
gonna
of the
go
war
up
game
the
structure.
cam.
Shattered both his ankles, so this is an important test for Reed here tonight.
Surgery, recovery, rehabilitation.
Yes, sir.
So much heavy going to get back in the ring.
Jesus Christ.
So now it's about if I win, and if I lose, fuck it, I win.
Right.
And that's what they're going to say. So it's not really about counting votes. They know. You know, now it's not even about were the votes counted properly. It's just, fuck it. I'm just going to win and say I won, and I'll get a Secretary of State to say it. So here's what Bill said about the fragility of democracy.
Democracy is on the ballot, and unfortunately, it's going to lose. And once it's gone, it's gone. So here's what's going to happen. Republicans will take control of Congress, and next year they'll begin impeaching Biden and never stop. They'll impeach him for getting out of Afghanistan and getting into Ukraine. For inflation, for recession, for falling off his bike, it won't matter, and it won't make sense. Biden will be a crippled duck when he goes up against the 2024 Trump carryover ticket. And even if Trump loses, it doesn't matter. On Inauguration Day 2025, he's going to show up, whether he's on the list or not. I'm afraid democracy is like the grid.
Like,
Tanikia and who else?
probably Misha or Jaleesa. Okay, so the
He said he did a lot of hard work to get here, but now he's aligned alongside the future Braun Breaker.
I know. That's
Now Breaker with the cheap shot. He's learning quickly from Senate Company.
Yeah, pull the hair, rank the eyes.
You saw Jey Uso across the ring.
like the BWR.
Challenges yourself
Yeah, whatever.
championship next week in Phoenix Live here on Raw. He said it. He said, Jay, you're wearing yourself thin. You know, tag match tonight. Of course, he had a Saturday night main event.
What's the Wyatt family?
Saturday,
They had
he's got
a name.
the team with a Cody Rhodes against Cena and Logan coming out by Breaker on Sammy kick out. And then Monday he's got to defend against Gunther. You said it earlier, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and that's what Uso is going through now.
Absolutely, he's world champion for the first time.
Rated
He's
RKO had a
learning
name.
on his path about what it
Right.
takes to be great, what it takes to be an icon.
Yeah, but why is Jay in this match on Saturday? I mean, I understand him and Cody are buddies. They've long known each other. Jay wants to prove he's a better champion, that he's a fighting champion, that he doesn't take these shortcuts like John Cena does. Cody says he needs to save wrestling from John Cena. John Cena says he's going to destroy wrestling, allowing YouTubers like Logan Paul to take over. So there is a lot at stake Saturday.
Those are all the reasons that Jey Uso feels obligated to wrestle on Saturday in that tag team match.
Sami Zayn with a tornado DDT, and Sammy now with an opening. Can he make a tag to main event Jey Uso?
Bronson Reed stunned. Tornado DDT from Sami
Let's
Zayn.
go, Sammy. Let's go.
Jay patiently waiting his turn. Tag
There
main
you
event.
go.
Here comes the world champion, and Jey Uso looking to pick up the pace. Main event Jey Uso.
Snap into this motherfucker.
Bang! I guarantee you, Gunther is watching this match very carefully tonight. A week away from a chance to regain his title. Remember, it was this man Uso who tapped out Gunther at WrestleMania to win his first world championship.
Well, it's crazy to watch, but they say Jey Uso is getting better as he becomes champion longer.
Oh!
That's that explosivity that Braun Breaker has. That has everybody talking about the future of this business on his shoulders. Just throwing our world champion up in the sky like he's a pizza pie. Now the dogs are barking. And our champ is down.
And Breaker now at 23-mile-per-hour speed. Runs into a big kick from Uso. What a super kick. Cover now by Jay. Braun's got a kick at 2.5.
World heavyweight champ set up Braun Breaker perfectly.
This would not bode well if Breaker and Reed lose their debut tag match together.
Jey Uso playing possum. Let Braun Breaker build up the speed. Oh, look at this, a choke that made him the champion.
And again, Jey Uso, maybe he can tap out Breaker just like he did Gunther at WrestleMania. And Bronson Reed with a senton, breaking things up.
Sami Zayn now.
Big splash in the corner. Bronson Reed just wrecking people.
Just laying bodies out.
With the bodies.
No. Oh, 330 pounds went for the splash, and Sami Zayn rolled out of harm's way.
Sami.
Braun Breaker set up over the top. Sami with eyes in the back of his head. Launching himself over. Uh-oh. Breaker and Reed catching Sami Zayn. Main event, Jey Uso. Suicide dive. Everybody's down. And look who's here with a stomp to Jey Uso. Seth Rollins forces a disqualification. You wondered when Seth Rollins was going to show up.
Seth didn't want to find out if Braun and Bronson were going to get the job done.
And Sami Zayn now fighting back against Rollins. Rollins, but right after the world champ, that'll be his target. And now Sami Zayn runs into a headbutt by Big Bronson Reed. And Rollins now barking orders at these two, saying, take them out, take care of them. Sami Zayn now on the announce table.
Oh no!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No way, you're gonna kill the man. Get down, Bronson, get down. And Punk, CM Punk is here. Punk saves the day. Punk with a steel chair. Punk saving Zayn. Taking out Reed. Thank goodness for CM Punk.
It's a boot.
Or Sami Zayn will be in a hospital tonight. CM Punk told Sami earlier tonight, I have your back. In this situation with Rollins and his new running buddies.
I mean, I have no idea how this fight ends if CM Punk doesn't save Sami then.
I have to backtrack because I feel like I missed something.
All right.
And again, Jey Uso, maybe he can tap out Breaker just like he did Gunther at WrestleMania. And Bronson Reed with a senton, breaking things up.
Sami Zayn now.
Big splash in the corner. Bronson Reed just wrecking people.
Just laying bodies out.
Oh, this is... No. Oh, 330 pounds went for the splash, and Sami Zayn rolled out of harm's way.
Sami.
Braun Breaker set up over the top. Sami with eyes in the back of his head. Launching himself over. Uh-oh. Breaker and Reed catching Sami Zayn. Main event, Jey Uso. Suicide dive. Everybody's down.
And all of a sudden,
and look who's here with a stomp to Jey Uso. Seth Rollins forces a disqualification. You wondered when Seth Rollins was going to show up.
Seth didn't want to find out if Braun and Bronson were going to get the job done.
And Sami Zayn now fighting back against
So
Rollins.
Sammy and Jey Uso won the
Right out
tag
of the
team
world
match.
champ, that'll be his target.
Won by DQ.
And now Sami Zayn runs into a headbutt by Big Bronson Reed. And Rollins now barking orders in these two, saying, take
Now
him
we gotta
out,
put the
take
dishes
care of
up.
him.
I'm
Sami
right
Zayn now
All right.
on the announce table.
Oh no!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No way, you're gonna kill the man. Get down, Bronson, get down. And Punk, CM Punk is here. Punk saves the day. Punk with a steel chair. Punk saving Zayn, taking out Reed. Thank goodness for CM Punk, or Sami Zayn will be in a hospital tonight. CM Punk told Sami earlier tonight, I have your back. In this situation with Rollins and his new running buddies.
I mean, I have no idea how this fight ends if CM Punk doesn't save Sammy there.
And it wasn't for Punk, that would have been total and utter destruction.
We know where he's going to be later tonight. We've got him right where we want him. Trust me.
Sage advice by Rollins to use Punk's in that triple threat later tonight to try to qualify for the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Punk better hope Sami and Jey Uso have his back later on.
Could you imagine a tsunami? Or,
No.
oh my gosh.
All right. The ladies, huh?
Guys.
What's it?
Me and Roxanne are so clubhouse.
It's here now. It'll be around for a little bit longer, so enjoy it while you can.
And you know, the way he put it, the only thing I kind of disagree with him on is that if Trump loses and legitimately loses the election, he's going to have enough secretaries of state in key states to say, yeah, I mean, we're just going to say Trump won. And then what do? I mean, they came real close to this happening 2 years ago. Now they're getting people in positions where they can make it happen.
The woman who's likely to win the Secretary of State job in Arizona has openly stated that the election results, if they're against Trump, will not be enforced.
Right.
Or against the Republican,
Right.
will not be enforced.
Right.
And if they are in favor of the Republican, they will be enforced.
And here's the thing, Bill Maher now has a whole new well of credibility about all this stuff because very early on he said Trump won't leave willingly after his first administration.
No,
Everyone said, you're being alarmist, Bill's the only one saying
He
this.
was saying that.
And then he didn't really leave willingly. He did leave. And Bill said he would like maybe sort of hunker down with the military. He didn't do that, but he didn't leave willingly.
Well,
He left after a mess.
He encouraged the full-scale
He
riot.
encouraged, he wanted to hang his own VP. I mean, this is a mess. So when he speaks about like they're gonna this game plan, they're gonna try to impeach Biden. It's gonna be a mess. He's gonna show up on inauguration day.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You can't take it lightly anymore.
Bill Maher said this 2 years before. He was beating this drum 2 years before the 2020 election. No, not only nobody believed him, people were scoffing at him. And, you know, and even now, when he says stuff like this, people are saying, oh, you're a turncoat to the. Bill Maher is a liberal Democrat. And it's like, what? Jesus. I mean,
In the old sense of what it is to be a liberal.
he is a, right, he is
But
a,
that's key.
he is a,
Because he's sick of what the Democrats
Criticize Democrats all
He
the time.
criticized them a lot.
but he criticizes them not to shit on them. He's criticizing them because he thinks they're blowing it in terms of how they are presenting themselves to the public. So he's trying to help them. And look, you may disagree with him, and that's fine. But to say, oh, you're a turncoat because believe me, if you want, if
Oh,
you,
at the top of the third, it says there's one party that cares about democracy, and you should go vote. However, I think it's lost.
right, I mean, he thinks the Republicans are, the Republic, especially the election deniers. He thinks that-
fascists.
yeah.
But he blames the Democrats for turning the country onto Republicans.
Well, right, and he's got points.
Oh, absolutely.
Yet there are so many people, you know, Democrats who are like, oh my God, you're a turncoat, you're fat, you're.
I can't countenance the AOC wing of the Democratic Party. I don't know how to do it.
Somebody should be listening.
Fewer.
And finally, Twitter. So Elon has
This is
now
my
backed
favorite story of the month.
Elon's backed off the $8 a month for.
He first rolled it out.
Right. Okay. So now he's backed off into
Now he
the
got
election. So it's probably going to happen Wednesday. What's your take on this? I got to take.
Well, he's also, there's reports this morning, he's seeking to rehire many of the people he
Right,
he's
because he fired
right.
somebody.
He fired to run the company, so he can't run the company. It's full of hubris.
Okay.
My take on this thing is that he had, he overspent by tens of billions of dollars for a company that wasn't worth nearly what he said it was going to be worth.
Yeah.
He went out for all of his bravado and made this huge offer and tried to back out of it and couldn't. He now owns a company that his pride is on the line, obviously tens of billions of dollars on the line, and he wants to make it work, I think. But he's realizing that given the backlash he got about the $8 for the verification check mark, that's maybe not this great viable path forward. I just think here's a man believing so fully in his own intelligence that he overlooks contrary points and just plows forward.
He underestimated what content moderation would be necessary. A lot of people have fled already. I do think you're going to see this $8 roll out because, to your point, he's got to come up with $1.2 billion to service the interest on the debt he took to acquire the company. Just the interest.
Right.
Twitter only makes less than $1 billion a year, so he needed money. He's going to get it through this fee, and I think what is going to happen, I think Twitter will become smaller, but just as loud, and for the angry people who really love being on Twitter, you're going to pay $8 a month, but it will not be sort of the town hall that he envisions. I think it'll be a small walled garden of angry people.
But it's a small walled garden. How do you get enough people to pay $8? I don't see it.
You are acting like Twitter used to be PBS. Twitter was a sewer before Elon Musk bought it. It was a sewer of hate on both sides.
Although they tried to address it and kick off.
I know they did.
He's not.
No. And I know that. And and he has made it worse in the sense. I mean, the thing that really just it struck me in such a horrible way was a week ago when he tweeted out that ridiculous link about Paul Pelosi.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I thought, oh God, he's making a bad situation worse. And that was awful. But it's like at a point, it's become so, people don't like Elon Musk. And I think if this were a different person, if this were Bill Gates, they'd be looking at it differently. Right. And look, I mean, it's just the tribalism of this country. And I thought what Elon Musk did with this link was awful. At the same time, I just want to talk about consistency here. NBC did a report on Friday that essentially embraced the spirit of that ridiculous conspiracy link about Paul Pelosi. And, they said, well, he answered the door, which is completely contrary to what all the evidence shows. And that, he walked back to this guy. So
after talking to the cops.
And they retracted that.
Yeah, but again, the point, when they did that story, the point of that clearly was to say, oh, well, maybe, right? And there was no evidence. And so they say it didn't meet our standard of reporting. Well, you reported it. Yeah. And so what does that mean? Because they must have thought about the implication of that story. So then all of a sudden it's like, well, it didn't meet our standard. We could put it out there the way Elon put the other thing out there. Right. And what have you heard about that?
Nothing.
Exactly. And so my point is that I think that in many ways, people go after the person and not the principle. And that's a problem. It's just an ongoing thing that people go after the person and not the principle. And and listen, go after Elon Musk as we should, for what he did putting that tweet out.
Or maybe it's just that nobody watches NBC News. It just went out there. It's like shouting into the woods.
Well, no, I mean it's.
Well, let me ask you though. He's saddled with his reputation, which he's earned, by the way, by being a Twitter troll for many, many years. Now he's the CEO of Twitter, this company that he wants to. It's a totally private company, but can he have it succeed where the CEO is an active user and sort of spouting off in these ways? Can the company succeed that way? He's saddled with that, but can he shed it and run a
What I'm wondering, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. Is it possible Twitter's just going to go to their MySpace and the TikTok's going to take
Well,
over?
but here's the thing. Maybe, but TikTok does not allow celebrities the same sort of direct access to the people that like them. TikTok's a very different platform.
Who cares about celebrities?
Who cares about celebrities? What are you talking about?
I mean, you said it doesn't allow celebrities the access.
People love this. People follow Twitter
I know.
to watch what celebrities have to
I
say.
mean, but they have other platforms they could go on. It's not about.
That's what I.
Twitter's in the firmament, man. Twitter's not going there.
I
Are you kidding?
Absolutely.
People said that about
They
MySpace.
did, and Friendster, we've heard it all, but this one is really concrete in people's mind. People talk about, I'm going to tweet. No one ever said, I'm going to MySpace, I'm going to Friendster, I'm going to tweet. No, I'm serious.
But
It
don't you
is
think-
locked into the way we.
But what happens if it becomes so dysfunctional?
Yeah, you could run it into the ground.
Because there'll be it could replace nothing's forever, right? I mean,
It's true. Nothing's forever. And Elon Musk could run this into the ground.
Possible.
And I don't know. Listen, this
we
is.
could Parlor next year.
Well, no, I mean, we
Have you parlored that yet?
and maybe ultimately,
I'm going to parlor that. When that happens, then
Maybe
it's all-
ultimately it just shuts it down.
no, or maybe ultimately it's going to the ship's going to right itself at some point. I mean, if he realizes that it's going to collapse if he doesn't, maybe he'll right the ship with guardrails up. I don't know. Even with guardrails, it's a sewer.
Let me ask a question, Derek. Do you think 3 years from now, Twitter has more users, there's more in the zeitgeist than it is now, or it's a smaller, more sort of
I know 3 years from now.
Yeah.
I think it starts smaller and I think it grows. I never count Elon out, and I'm surprised you do. You're a big believer in this guy as this grand visionary. Certainly, this is a rocky start.
This is full
I
of
think
stuff. I mean,
it's a lot.
if you want to think about the greatest technology of the last 40 years, it's another thing to just take a platform that exists and try through force of will and popularity to make it bigger.
Yeah, I don't count him out. He thought it was being mismanaged and bought the whole thing.
And look, they said that about rockets.
Yeah.
Right? I
And
mean,
he lands them now.
and he lands these rockets, and NASA could. So look, all I'm saying is to treat Elon Musk like a moron
No, no.
is a huge
It's moron.
miscalculation.
Don't underestimate.
It's a huge miscalculation. He's not. He's a genius. Now the question is, how's he going to apply that? I just don't think we know yet.
We'll see.
See you tomorrow. Oh, election day.
All right, here we All right, here we go.
New Phineas and Ferb is here.
We're back, baby.
For 104 more days
I know we're gonna do that.
of summer vacation.
I am ready for summer shenanigans. Let's do it. Oh yeah.
Are we gonna do this again?
New inventions, shenanigans, innators, adventures, and songs.
Summer vacation.
New Phineas and Ferb starts Tuesday on Disney Channel and next day on Disney Plus on DisneyPlus.disney.com. Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ podcast. Eric and Eric here. How you doing? Good. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Let's start off with Nancy Pelosi, shall we? This is her first time sort of hearing from her speaking out about the attack on her husband, Paul Pelosi, at their home in San Francisco. You remember, Nancy wasn't there that night, so this is entirely an interaction between Paul and what sounds like a crazed man sort of in their house wielding a hammer.
Yeah, wanted to ask me where's Nancy, wanted to break her kneecaps.
Yes. So a mini January 6th, like a guy sort of storming around demanding to see someone.
Yeah.
I remember January 6th, where's Mike Pence? Where's Nancy?
Yeah.
That was a sort of rallying call.
So Nancy's talking to Anderson Cooper now about this, and obviously I think she's very angry at the guy who broke in. Also very angry at Donald Trump and Elon Musk
Mm-hmm.
for speaking about this. She's referencing.
Which you knew they would. You knew at least
Yeah.
Donald Trump would say something and Elon Musk get into
People, being kind of laughing about this situation is bad enough. One of the issues she has with Elon is about him retweeting a story from a very weird Fringe website, implying all kinds of things about a relationship between Paul and the attacker, and he was drunk and blah, blah, blah. And Elon just said, there's a tiny possibility there might be more to the story that needs to be out.
Which he thinks, in his mind, I'm sure, sounds like, oh, I'm being kind of responsible here. I'm noting that this is a conspiracy theory, but, some conspiracy theories are true, so he floats it out there. The irresponsibility of this move is unbelievable. Now he's
And
on
a
Twitter.
tiny possibility it's true. Then you can find any Fringe article about anybody just posting. There's a tiny possibility it's true.
Things feel different with him owning the company, don't they?
Yes.
Like,
And
it's different than being a troll on the platform and owning the company and floating.
Yeah, it gives it some legitimacy. So this is what Nancy had to say to Anderson about all this.
Former President of the United States, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, others have spread stories casting doubt on what happened, fomenting conspiracy theories. What do you have to say to them?
It's really sad for the country. It's really sad for the country that people of that high visibility would separate themselves from the facts and the truth in such a blatant way. It's really sad, and it is traumatizing to those affected by it. They don't care about that, obviously, but it's destructive to the unity that we want to have in our country. But I don't have anything to say to them. I mean, we have nothing. There would be no common ground to have any conversation with them.
Yeah, that's sad. There's no conversation about that. Where do you go from there?
This is what Harvey's been saying is the sides are so polarized at this point that there is no room for common ground and conversation, which is the lifeblood of a democracy, is having two parties that sort of hash things out. There's a spirit of compromise. That's just gone. And obviously this is a different situation, given that it's not a political issue, it's sort of an attack. And she said, we can't even agree that my husband was attacked by a guy in my home. What's there left to talk about?
But it is sort of political. This is the sad thing about it, because it's not just Donald Trump and Elon Musk. A lot of people who hate Nancy Pelosi are like kind of laughing about this and cheering it, championing it. You can hate Nancy Pelosi, go right ahead. But this is wrong. This is bad. And there are lots of politicians I don't care for. I would love to see them voted out. What I don't want to see happen is people break into their homes and attack them and attack their spouses and loved ones. Like, that's insane.
You say it is wrong, and I agree with you. We're sort of in our own little echo chamber, but
That's
the
like
people,
an echo chamber.
and people aren't laughing because they believe it's true. They believe it's a false flag. They believe this is
No,
this is
there are
cooked
people
up by
who
the
are very
Democrats.
happy because they think this is Nancy getting what she deserves.
There is some of that.
That's
There's definitely
terrifying.
some of Nancy got what she had coming because she's a bad person. There's also a group of people, though, who believe it didn't happen. That's the strange part, who believe that this is part of a false flag to influence the election, that they actually knew each other. That's what Elon was spinning when he sent that article. That stuff is really destructive to truth and sort of understanding and reality and the fabric of sort of common ground. And here we have the internet, which is supposed to be this vast access to information and get us all on the same page so we all know everything. We actually know nothing. We know less, because everything is challengeable and there is no reality. It's a very, very strange position to be in. She also sort of talked in this interview about sort of the trauma that she felt from this. When your home is invaded, even if you're not there, there's a sense of security that's lost. Now he will always sort of, it sounds like she'll always sort of have to grapple with the fact that that bubble has been breached and you never sort of recapture
Once you
the feeling of
see
safety.
a stranger in your home swinging a hammer at you, how do you ever feel safe?
Now, I anticipate this will all be mocked as well. Like, people will look at this interview and they'll meme her trauma, and that's the disgusting part. I mean, look, I don't know actually, to a degree of absolute certainty if she's really feeling traumatized, but at some point you have to take people at their face value. It seems like she was traumatized by
Not
it. So
traumatized. Like somebody broke into your house and beat your elderly husband with a hammer. That's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Anybody. That's
It's
not a
strange
political
to draw the opposite conclusion from
It is.
watching someone say, I'm traumatized, my husband was beat with a hammer. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you can. Everyone's entitled to their own sort of thoughts, but it's a very strange conclusion. This is a strange microcosm of where we are politically, because you would think everyone can agree people shouldn't be hurt, people shouldn't have their homes invaded, even politicians who hate each other. But we can't even
That's
agree
not
on
a
that.
political, again, that's not a political stance. I don't want Democrat or Republicans to have, people break into their homes and assault them.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
That's a dangerous route for this country.
And interestingly, in the wake of the Roe v. Wade reversal, you remember some of the justices' homes were targeted. I remember the Democrats saying, this is out of bounds. This is out of bounds to attack someone's home. We don't do that here in America.
Even that was,
and they just
it's not used to go to somebody's home, but even that was protesting on the street. If somebody broke into Brett Kavanaugh's home and attacked his wife with a hammer, absolutely not. That is
you would hope
that is horrible. Don't do that. Don't know what else is
strange sign of the times. Okay, let's move on to the very, very sad saga of Aaron Carter. We're learning more as the days go on. You know, he was found dead in his bathtub on Saturday. The last time he was seen alive was 2 a.m. on Friday. Apparently, he was supposed to attend a rehab session on Saturday.
An online session.
An online session, yes.
And he missed that. And now the likely theory is that he missed it because he was already dead.
Yeah, listen, he struggled a lot, and now we know what was at the
Sorry,
scene
Michael.
of the death. There were multiple cans of compressed air. There's sort of, we can buy these things.
What I miss?
There were ways to get compressed air. There were allegations from people on the internet. They would watch his live.
We're backstage with the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Told you I'll be back in a minute.
Chicken nuggets, shoulder rubs, interfering in our matches. I see exactly what you're doing.
Where's all this coming from? Look, Roxanne, she's just here to help. That's it.
Oh, so I'm imagining.
Well, imagination plays tricks on all of us. I think you're frustrated. You're frustrated because things didn't go your way last week or this week. But look, Roxanne, she got me and JD back on track for the tag team titles. And imagine this. Roxanne wins the Money in the Bank, and then she goes on to win the Women's World title and bring it home to the clubhouse, huh?
Oh, yeah. Seems like they all planned out, don't you?
Look, there's no plan. There's no plan, and I get it. Roxanne, she came on a little strong with the nuggets and the shoulder rolls. I get it, but don't trust Dom.
It's not Dominic who I don't trust.
Well, trust will come with time. Give it a chance, okay? Don't worry. You know what? How about me and you make a plan? Why don't we send Roxanne out there to be in Raquel's corner tonight? That'd
You
be
know
a
what?
great idea.
How about this? How about if you want Roxanne around, you could babysit her. I'll be in Raquel's corner tonight and you just keep her out of my way. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Sister, let's get it.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just make some plans. Okay. Also,
What's up?
And they were worried that he was huffing.
Because
that was
he
story.
posted a video recently. It was live streaming where the camera went dark and you just heard what sounded like him huffing.
Yes.
And fans became very concerned at that point. And then
There was a wellness check though, and
Yes.
that turned out to be okay at the time.
But people were already suspecting that, and you could say, well, that's just a theory. But then they found, we don't have a cause of death yet. We don't say that. Like the medical report's not come out yet, but the actual cause of death was. But there were pills and compressed air cans at the scene.
And we know he's someone who battled openly with substance abuse and
I don't think this is a huge leap of lying.
It's not. I mean, we'll have to wait to see what the final sort of autopsy, what the medical examiner has to say about the cause of death. But the signs are starting to sort of look like there were some substances involved, and maybe an accidental death, maybe a suicide. I don't know if that element will ever actually.
Just guessing what it appears to be is very similar to Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Someone whose body just gave out and they drowned in the tub. And it's
At
just sad
34
because
years old, Whitney Houston was what?
48.
48. I mean, these are young people, vibrant people, full of life when you think of them in your mind's eye. And Aaron Carter, even though he struggled, was a young man, much younger than you or I. And he was focused on making new music in recent weeks. There was talk that he's going to.
I apologize too for last week with the chairs. Dom, say nothing. Water under the bridge, I promise. Alright? We're good.
They're always in disarray. Always.
You're buying with good selling.
Seems to be selling the same thing for the last couple of years, I guess.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane.
Island Princess. Kairi Sane set for action against Raquel Rodriguez. Live on Netflix. Hey guys, experience the non-stop excitement in Atlanta at both Saturday night's main event and Evolution with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, and unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE. On your
right.
Kairi Sane, who knocked off Liv Morgan last week, taking on Liv Morgan's tag team partner Raquel Rodriguez here tonight. First time ever these two go one-on-one. And it happens live on Netflix.
Liv Morgan told us to remind the world that they're the greatest women's tag team of all time.
Well, they probably are. I mean, 4-time tag team champions together. Raquel won a 5th as well. And now Kairi Sane, not going to overpower Raquel. Not going to overpower Raquel Rodriguez here.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a smart strategy. Raquel would love this. Kairi's just going to walk herself into some big shots.
We live out here telling us all about her friend, Raquel Rodriguez.
Liv told us that Kairi's a dummy for trying to match power with Raquel.
She's not a dummy because she knocked off Liv last week. But nonetheless, that's what Roxanne was trying to help, remember. At least that's the way we saw it.
Raquel just hit her with a neck breaker.
Oh, Kairi with a running forearm, and out goes Raquel.
Something. What?
Kairi Sane,
What
Get
happened to Asuka?
out of my way.
She's
Kairi
retired.
Sane now. Caught by the powerhouse.
Oh, she retired.
yeah.
Remember that when people are turning 40 or at least 50, they're retired?
Like a baseball bat swinging
Not
Kairi off the
necessarily.
ring.
Ric Flair kept going to
Now
his
Raquel distracted Eddie
like
Orengo.
70.
She was saying something's wrong with her teeth. And Liv Morgan with a cheap shot on Kairi Sane.
Because
now.
that's Ric Flair. Asuka
Obviously,
has a family.
frustrated from the loss last week to Kairi
has
Sane and the
kids.
loss earlier today.
She either has a baby girl or a baby boy.
Raquel, quick way to the cover. Took a leg on Kairi, who kicks
Oh,
out.
yeah,
And 2.
all right. Sure,
It's going to be a numbers game anytime you're taking on the Judgment Day.
Yeah, we saw that earlier tonight. Finn and JD were in action.
Raquel Rodriguez has enough power to obviously destroy anybody by herself, but then you add Liv Morgan out here.
You know, and she's a champ and she's out here supporting her teammates. There's been a lot of rumors floating around that ever since Dominic Mysterio won the Intercontinental title, he's acting all high and mighty and doesn't feel like he needs to come out here and help the group out of it.
Haven't seen Dom in a long time.
Cover now by Raquel. Hook of the leg. So you think there's truth to those rumors?
Oh, he's just been back in the clubhouse. I didn't know since he became the Intercontinental Champion, maybe he doesn't want to see anybody, but I'm certain that we miss him out here. Maybe that's what we need to tell him. We miss him out here so he'll come show up to the Judgment Day in front of the people.
Oh, Kairi. Slips on beat Raquel.
Quickness from Kairi. This is what she wants to do against Raquel Rodriguez.
Powerhouse Rodriguez tossing Sane into the corner. And now the big splash in the corner by Raquel Rodriguez. Elbow after elbow trying to wear down Kairi Sane. And Liv Morgan loves what she sees here at ringside.
Eddie Orengo has his hands full in this match. Raquel obviously ready to yell at him at any point. Liv will get involved anytime she feels necessary. Kyrie's got to figure out a way to get past both of them.
Kyrie up on
Oh my
shoulders
gosh.
and planted. Abdomen first into the top turnbuckle.
Big smack from Kyrie Sane.
Big headbutt by Sane. Down goes Raquel. Kyrie Sane. Oh, caught by Rodriguez. There's the power. Again, Raquel is out game planning. Kyrie Sane tonight.
Up into a suplex. Straight power from Raquel.
Oh, but Kyrie turns it around.
Didn't we just already
An
have that
opportunity now
match
for
already?
Kyrie Sane to get back in this match.
Raquel
What
Rodriguez.
did you say? We already have the Sami Zayn and Jey Uso versus
a suplex.
Bronson
I
and
think she
Braun
lost her
Breaker.
energy, and Kyrie was able to reverse.
Great.
A critical point of this match. Liv Morgan trying to cheer on her partner Raquel. Kyrie trying to fight back into this as well.
Liv's got to be a little freaked out.
Not sure if on Kyrie I want to go toe to toe with Raquel Rodriguez, but she's hanging in there.
And that's what's up.
Here comes Kyrie. And Sane bounces off the ropes, ducks underneath. Kyrie Sane now. Oh, nice move. Takes Raquel out of the knee. Take the bigger opponent down. Kick right to the back of the neck.
Kind of made Raquel lose her balance there perfectly. Kyrie Sane. Game plan working exactly how it's intended. Chopping down Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Kyrie relentless in this attack here tonight. Very intense. Kyrie Sane.
Kyrie Sane asking Tulsa to get behind her. They are.
Kyrie stop her momentum in the corner. Come back with a drop kick to Raquel. Oh, nice blockbuster by
Are you
Sane.
getting a little tired, Michael?
No, it's hungry.
Raquel reeling.
And Kyrie walking the plank. Into the corner with a running forearm.
Forearm from Kyrie Sane, who's comfortable in the sky.
And going up top of the insane elbow, but Liv Morgan causing the distraction. And here comes the world champ. Theo Sky said, we're not going to have any of that tonight. Kyrie Sane tonight.
Up into a suplex.
See, we already had that match already.
From Raquel.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kyrie turns it around. And an opportunity now for Kyrie Sane to get back in this match.
Raquel Rodriguez caught Kyrie Sane with one hand.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Power up
Right.
into a suplex. I think she lost her
I still
energy.
feel like
And
I was
Kyrie was
missing
able to
something.
reverse.
A critical point of this match. Liv Morgan trying to cheer on her partner Raquel. Kyrie trying to fight back into this as well.
Liv's got to be a little freaked out.
Not sure if on Kyrie I want to go toe to toe with Raquel Rodriguez, but she's hanging in there.
And that's what's up.
Here comes Kyrie. And Sane bounces off the ropes, ducks underneath. Kyrie Sane now. Oh, nice move. Takes Raquel out of the knee. Take the bigger opponent down. Kick right to the back of the neck.
Kind of made Raquel lose her balance there perfectly. Kyrie Sane. Game plan working exactly how it's intended. Chopping down Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Kyrie relentless in this attack here tonight. Very intense. Kyrie Sane.
Kyrie Sane asking Tulsa to get behind her. They are.
Kyrie stop her momentum in the corner. Come back with a drop kick to Raquel. Oh, nice blockbuster by Sane.
Raquel reeling.
And Kyrie walking the plank. Into the corner with a running forearm.
Forearm from Kyrie Sane, who's comfortable in the sky.
And going up top of the insane elbow, but Liv Morgan causing the distraction. And here comes the world champ. Theo Sky said, we're not going to have any of that tonight. Out here for my friend Kyrie Sane as he's taking the fight to Morgan. They had words earlier on tonight.
Raquel has Theo Sky.
Kyrie Sane, oh my goodness! Raquel bouncing head first off the ring post. Kyrie Sane up top. Insane elbow coming from Kyrie. What a win by Sane.
Here is your winner, Kyrie Sane.
Well, maybe Liv Morgan should have swallowed her pride and listened to Finn Balor's idea and bring Roxanne Perez out here. Things might have went different for Raquel and Liv.
Liv's busted open. Raquel just got pinned, and Kyrie Sane has beat the tag team champs.
I gotta talk.
I haven't been on for a while.
Hey, what the hell is your problem, huh? Oh, you want to know?
No, what's your problem with me? What is your problem with me? Why are you hovering over me for the last couple of months? What is your obsession with me, huh?
Because I think you're a liar. That's my problem with you. That's why. I think you lie to them. I think you lie to the people at home. And worst of all, I think that you lie to yourself. You could have been a world champion 10 times over if you did what you knew you really had to do. Because I know you're capable of doing very terrible things to people. Sammy, you're not a good guy. You're a bad guy. Just like the rest of us. You're wrong. You know what, Sammy? I might be wrong. But I might be right, too.
A lot for Sammy to think about. Another man who's crossed paths with Karrion Kross recently, AJ Styles. Our main event's next. Who's going to qualify for Money in the Bank Live on Netflix?
I think that's the main event
We're
right
in
now.
Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight. This is the DOK Center main event upcoming. Triple threat match to determine who qualifies on the men's side of things and Money in the Bank.
See, you're right.
Our attention is Saturday. It'll happen at 3 Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, inside the Kia Forum, live on the WWE YouTube channel. It is Worlds Collide tag team match.
See, you're right.
Elise and Chick Tormenta take on Stephanie McCare, the newest signee of Monday Night Raw, of course, Lola Vice from NXT. Big tag team matchup as well. Legado del Fantasma will be in action against these gentlemen, Psycho Clown, Pagano, and El Io D. Dr. Wagner Jr. Tag team action at Worlds Collide. NXT North American Championship fatal four-way match. Laredo Kid. Gonna be so much fun to watch him in action as he takes on Ray Phoenix, Javon Evans, and Ethan Page for Page's North American Championship. The LWO at Worlds Collide to take on the team of Mr. Iguana, one of my favorites. Aerostar and also Octagon Jr.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana's a problem.
Oh, the LWO.
Mr. Iguana is a problem. And so is this man.
Yeah, El Io del Fantino, the AAA Mega Champion, will take on Chad Gable at Worlds Collide. Gable has an opportunity to work twice on Saturday.
That's not true.
Because then we head across the parking lot, over to the Intuit Dome, and of course, Money in the Bank. This gets underway at 7 Eastern, 4 on the West Coast. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso team up to take on the WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul. And this one, Pat, has gotten extremely personal.
Absolutely. Protege taking on the mentor. There's a lot of hate. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria for the women's Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank.
And the field is set for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. 3 superstars from Monday Night Raw, 3 from SmackDown. An opportunity to win a contract that will grant them a world championship match whenever they want it. Now, the men's side of things is coming Saturday. 5 spots have been filled. 3 men from SmackDown, 2 from Raw, Rollins and Penta. 1 will join them. Our main event is moments away here, live on Monday Night Raw. Pat and I, along with Wade Barrett, will be at ringside for Money in the Bank this coming Saturday. Thanks for all the help on that Worlds Collide stuff.
Yeah, I cannot wait to watch Worlds Collide. I've been a AAA fan for a long time. NXT mixing in. It's going to be electrifying, 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, quite the week, because a week from tonight, Phoenix, Arizona, Monday Night Raw, live on Netflix. Jey Uso defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. Oh. Gunther, who now looks to put Uso away with a power pop. How did you...
In 1 week, the party. The
unimaginable came true. Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion. This position is not natural to you. Because unlike me, you are not a natural champion. Being a great champion, Jey, doesn't mean you sort out everybody else's problems. I don't think you have the intellect to carry yourself as a great champion.
I'm done with everybody saying my days as champ are numbered. This title is not given, it's earned, and it's mine. And if you want it, come take it.
I will outclass you and remind you where your place is.
My place? I'm in my place. I run this place with this on my
I'm gonna make things right. I'm gonna choke you out. I'm gonna take my World Heavyweight Championship.
Leave the ring, General. We gonna run it back. And I'm gonna walk out this match the same way I walked out of WrestleMania. World Heavyweight Champion.
You know, Jey, the World Heavyweight Championship is personal to me. So I appreciate all the efforts you put into being a champion. And I can see you really try to be a great champion. But because you refuse to think with your head instead of your heart, that's why I'm gonna take it. You're a great guy, Jey. You're selfless in a very selfish business. Sammy needed you tonight, huh? What's the result? 1 week out, not at 100%. I'm very sure if Punk gets in trouble tonight, you'll be there for him. And 2 days before you defend the World Heavyweight Championship against me, you compete in a tag team match at Saturday Night's main event. Because it's important to Cody. And everybody knows they can bet on their good friend Jey. All of that.
Why does Gunther kind of remind me of Brock Lesnar with that hairstyle?
Heavyweight champion. So I want to thank you. Because ever since the day I lost to you at WrestleMania, I knew I would avenge it. And right now, you're making it very, very easy for me. Jey, 1 week, the party is over.
Three letters, one word, tap. See you next week, G.
Well, Pat Gunther makes a lot of good points there. In fact, Jey is teaming with Cody Rhodes this Saturday at Money in the Bank in Los Angeles against John Cena and Logan Paul. Then, of course, the big title defense a week from tonight. Main event time.
The following is a Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match. Introducing first from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the phenomenal
opportunity to get to Los Angeles. Punk and El Grande Americano standing in his way live on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, going to be a great weekend in Los Angeles. Again, it starts with Worlds Collide, 3 Eastern, 12 on the West Coast. Followed by Countdown, special 90-minute countdown show gets underway at 5:30 East. And then Money in the Bank, 7 o'clock East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. And post-show immediately following Money in the Bank.
Wait a minute, let me get this
What a
straight. So
time it
Money in the
is
Bank is
here
going to be
in
on
Tulsa,
Netflix.
Oklahoma. El Grande Americano
I don't know. I'll look
has
at.
made his
I'll look
way
later.
to the ring here in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Uncanny resemblance to the Olympic performer.
He's in great shape, just like Chad Gable and many other professional wrestlers. Why don't you look this guy in his eyes, Cole?
Sing it.
In my eye, what do you see? Personality.
I know your anger, and I know your dreams. Ultimate personality.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
Triple threat match to determine the final spot of the men's qualifying. In the men's Money in the Bank matchup, this is a qualifying match. Get thrown off by this capacity crowd singing CM Punk's song here tonight. Nonetheless, one of these men will join LA Knight, Penta, Rollins, Solo Sikoa, and Andrade in the men's Money in the Bank contract ladder match this coming Saturday. Triple threat rules, no count out, no disqualification. First man to get pinfall or submission will win this match.
Gotta think El Grande Americano has the
Well,
advantage.
you know what referee Sean Bennett's doing here at the request of both Punk and AJ Styles? He's making sure that El Grande Americano doesn't have that silly metal plate that he always hides behind his mask to win matches.
He better be checking everybody for
Well,
metal plates.
and again, there's no disqualification. We get that, but smart move by Punk and AJ to make sure that El Grande doesn't have an unfair advantage as this matchup gets underway. And now both men will go after El Grande Americano.
Seems a little targeted there by CM Punk, AJ Styles, and the ref. I don't want to get into that too much, but El Grande Americano is certainly up against it.
El Grande Americano, of course, has never been in a Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Because,
Did you hear what CM Punk said? He said, "Come on, Chad."
yeah, well, of course.
He believes the same thing you do, which I don't think a lot of people are on the same page as you guys.
I think a lot of people believe that.
It is Chad Gable under that mask.
Love to each other. Let's do this.
It is.
CM Punk looking to qualify for the fourth Money in the Bank contract ladder match. His first in 11 years. Remember, he went
Eggs and
back-to-back
sausage
to
and
do it.
toast.
2008, 2009. Punk went back-to-back Money in the Bank contract ladder matches.
Sick of
And now CM Punk, he lost it too.
Now it's a good time dropkick there by AJ Styles. It's El Grande Americano.
I don't know why Chad just doesn't wrestle as him all the time.
It's not Chad Gable, that's El Grande Americano.
He won at WrestleMania, of course, knocked off Ray Phoenix. Now
Yes.
this is AJ across the ring.
El Grande Americano's got moves we've never seen before. Kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest.
Well, there's a reason Chad went on that sabbatical late last year and went down to Mexico to find the reason that he couldn't beat. Oh, a running knee by Punk. Couldn't beat Luchadors. Apparently picked up a lot of tips.
Liv Morgan will be a special guest on Raw Recap. The Sam and Megan.
Oh, goodness, AJ. Right off the post.
He's almost thrown out of the ring by CM Punk.
Well, Punk came out, started the show tonight, said how important this is to him, an opportunity to win another world championship. Sami Zayn expressed to Punk that this is a must-win situation for Punk tonight. An opportunity to stop Rollins, who's already qualified for Money in the Bank. Styles, I'll take it out. El Grande Americano.
So clever, so cheeky. I believe is what the Europeans call El Grande Americano.
I think Punk is going to expose to the world that Chad Gable is actually under that mask.
That's disrespectful to the luchadors.
Well, if you're a real luchador, it is. I don't believe there's much tradition when it comes to the El Grande Americano legend and lore and the wearing of his mask.
He was on a press tour.
He's as much a luchador as Nacho Libre was. Please. And look at this now. El Grande Americano taking out CM Punk.
Wait a minute.
And now El Grande sent Styles right across our announce table.
El Grande Americano is a powerhouse.
In our main event tonight, it's about the final man to qualify for Saturday's Money in the Bank contract ladder match. AJ Styles getting back into the fight. El Grande Americano has been dominating this match so far with Punk involved as well.
He's been taking out both men. El Grande
For lunch?
Americano wants to go to Money in the
Yeah,
Bank.
because
AJ
the
Styles.
shit we had today was nasty.
Both men down, and Punk may have an opportunity. Remember, Sami Zayn told Punk
I
earlier
think
tonight,
you're
this
probably
is a
having the
must
same
win.
watch while the rest of us are
Prevent
having a
Rollins
rap.
from winning the briefcase. There's the elbow by Punk, and all
Okay.
three men suffering in this match with so much on the
Find
line.
out tomorrow when
The
they
opportunity
pack
to
your
join
lunch, right?
LA Knight,
Oh, it's already
Solo
packed now.
Sikoa, and Andrade from SmackDown.
So
Seth Rollins
Roxanne helped the Judgment Day.
Of course, Penta have already qualified for Monday Night Raw.
Congratulations to Kyrie Sane.
Tips underneath, delivers the spinning neck breaker. And Punk now hobbling on one leg, but still effective with a running knee.
Oh yeah.
Vintage across to the other side.
I'm happy for Stephanie Vaquer to win her first ever
Now,
qualifying
Grande takes
match.
out Punk, AJ Styles. Sending Punk into El Grande Americano, who just sent Styles across the ring.
El Grande Americano.
Cover now. And breaking things up is Punk in this triple threat match. You know, Gable has never held the singles championship in WWE. Win the Money in the Bank, get an opportunity to do just that.
El Grande Americano's ability to adapt. No, he's not.
He's Chad Gable. That's what they're saying.
No, he's not.
And El Grande from the top rope cross body, roll through by Punk. Punk looking to power, and he under the bad leg, but he's able to balance on it. Put him in position for the GTS. AJ Styles from behind. Styles takes out both men.
AJ Styles got the Money in the Bank.
Cover. And a kick out by Punk. And now a cover on El Grande Americano, who kicks out.
Not check time here.
Massive opportunity for one of these men. AJ Styles looking to put Americano away. Looking for the Styles clash. Picking the ankle. That looks like Chad Gable into the ankle lock.
Must be taking
A lot of people have done the ankle lock in their history of the WWE.
because
Punk now, Americano.
I'm enjoying
Sending
this.
El Grande into Punk. Punk looks to deliver. Go to sleep, but he's caught. Intercepted by Americano. Ankle lock now on Punk.
But I'm guessing
It's Punk gonna tap out. Goes through Americano, caught by Styles. Styles now in position.
There you go.
Styles clash. AJ Styles heading to Los Angeles. CM Punk breaking things up.
Jeez.
What a match. Styles clash. So close, Pat.
So close. CM Punk was down. That could have been it.
Indeed it is. As these three men battle it out in a triple threat match. AJ Styles. That's vintage Styles there. And now CM Punk ducks underneath into a neck breaker. Punk cover. Breaking things up is El Grande Americano.
So hard to get a win in a triple threat match. So damn difficult.
First man again, pinfall or submission, wins this. Goes to LA on Saturday.
CM Punk taking El Grande Americano up to the high-ranked district.
Punk now. Now AJ Styles. Critical moment in this match.
Oh.
Styles, Punk trying to fight out of this. Looking to go to sleep now. Styles is Punk. Next takedown by Punk. Got knife cover now. 2 count. El Grande Americano. AJ managed to get his shoulders up. And then El Grande Americano into the cover. Kick out by Styles.
AJ Styles levitated his body up to kick out. And when he get returned, El Grande Americano with a moonsault.
Chad Gable like moonsault. Misses. Punk now. Go to sleep. Connects. Punk. Can he cover? Punk into the cover. Now like shades of last week with Sami Zayn, tonight Braun Breaker cost Punk the match. And Reed and Breaker pounded away on CM Punk.
No rules, no disqualification.
And Gunther was right. Jey Uso couldn't help himself. Him and Sami coming out here to the aid of CM Punk.
Wait, let me guess.
AJ Styles was
Oh,
going with
wait,
a phenomenal
no,
forearm
so
and Punk and Reed backed into it and
I was
took it
gonna
out.
say,
Hyper extended
Big
his knee there. AJ
Adam
Styles.
Pearce will come out and say, you know what? We're
Now
gonna
his
restart
attention is
this
turned.
as a
Now
tag
Styles
match
top rope
next
taking
week.
everybody out. Everybody's down. Remember, no disqualifications, no countouts.
So it'll be
And check out
Grande Americano
AJ
with
Styles now up to the apron now. Styles measuring his man.
Rollins boys.
Styles looking with a phenomenal forearm and a headbutt by El Grande Americano. That headbutt took out Styles. El Grande
God,
Americano's
no.
got money in the
Oh
bank.
my God.
Chad Gable's working double duty.
Jack
Saturday.
Jack Gable's and Worlds Collide, and El Grande Americano is in Money in the Bank. What a win!
El Grande Americano knocks off Punk and Styles after Reed and Breaker and Uso and Sami all got involved. And the field is now set for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match come Saturday.
El Grande Americano.
And meanwhile, Punk's irate. Punk now taking out his frustrations on Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins now coming down. I was wondering where he was. Rollins isn't through yet. Rollins won't forget what Punk did to him last week. Punk fighting back.
CM Punk thinking of a GTS.
And a spinner to Punk by Breaker.
Say it.
The insurance policy pays off.
By God,
Sami Zayn back into the fight. And Cross and Reed just steamrolling Zayn.
Bronson and Braun Breaker on leash like 2 rabid dogs.
And Rollins with a stomp to Zayn.
And those steel-toed boots. Seth freaking
And a
Rollins.
stomp to Punk. Jey Uso back into the fight. But the number's too much for Jey. Breaker with a spear. And with Jey thinking, now a stop to Jey Uso. Rollins seeks power. Absolute power. And he's on his way.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Well, Gunther, Jey Uso should have listened to Gunther. Gunther warned him. You're spreading your shut out,
Oh, no. He's got a tag team match
I
on
guess his
Saturday.
girlfriend's in
Gunther,
town.
next Monday.
His girlfriend, Tsunami.
Who's going to be able to stop Seth Rollins? Have Money in the Bank. Who's Who's going to be able to stop his march to the world title? And for Jey Uso, things are looking bleak heading into his title match Monday against Gunther.
Monday in Phoenix.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I guess we're done. One more time.
Are you going live?
yeah,
On where?
YouTube.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Are you gonna
we're-
post that?
It's fine.
Where did you come from?
She probably tiptoe
I
in
did.
here.
I didn't want to scare you, so I was very quiet.
All right, well, at any rate, we're done one last time. Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Amanda, glad you're okay. We were a little worried. Crystal, Megan, Christy, welcome back. I hope you had fun on your camping camping trip, and we will see. Boy, I haven't said this for a while, but we'll see you Monday. Or oh my
Wednesday.
God, today's Monday. I haven't said this for a while, but now Celebrity Wheel of Fortune has changed to Tuesdays, so we'll see you Wednesday for AEW Dynamite on TBS. Again, Collision will not be seen this week, but you'll see, or on Saturday, you'll see Dynamite and Collision back to back tomorrow, or Wednesday, although we may only be with you for Dynamite. And whether Collision is on Saturday or not, we'll see you Saturday for Money in the Bank and Friday for SmackDown. I hope you got all that, because I didn't. All I know is my mouth was moving. I didn't pay attention to what was coming out of it. Okay, I'm tired, and obviously, and that's more than obvious because I'm not making sense at this point. But, well, when all is said and done, the bottom line is, on behalf of John Batcher, my name is Michael Paul. We'll see you on Wednesday. Good night.
Do you want to do your Paul Heyman impression?
Well, wouldn't that make more sense in the beginning for me to say, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Paul, and I welcome you to our Monday Night Raw watch along. That would have made more sense in the beginning, but now it's over, so it really doesn't mean as much. I'll do it again Wednesday before Dynamite starts. Now I'm going to stop rambling because I'm not making sense at this point. The only thing for me to say by now that would make sense is that's John Batcher. I'm Michael Paul. Good night.
And
and like and subscribe.
Thank you. And like Jacob Fatu used to say this to Solo Sikoa, I love you, Michael.
Well, yeah, but that's because they're blood. So it makes more sense for him to say it.
But I still care for you as my housemate.
But I get what you mean. Anyway.
Like and subscribe.
Good night. We'll see you Wednesday. Sorry for my ramble.